Hello and welcome to the first ever Dutch leg of the Alpari World Match Racing Tour, the Dutch Match Cup. Joining a roster of top match racing venues on the 2014 series is the City of Lelystad, located in the centre of Holland. Lying approximately 3 metres below sea level and built entirely on reclaimed land, it's a fitting stage for a match racing event, a city born from the sea and proud of its maritime history. 12 teams descended on the port of Batavia Haven with hopes of adding to the region's history books as the first team to take home the Dutch Match Cup trophy. There was also the opportunity to climb up the Alpari World Match Racing Tour leaderboard as the teams edged nearer to the business end of the ISAF Match Racing World Championship.
I'm Phil Robertson, this is Walker Racing.
Keith Swinton, and this is Team Alpari FX.
Björn Hansen, and this is Hansen Sailing Team.
David Gilmore, this is Team Gilmore.
Ian Williams, this is Team GAC Pindar.
Mathieu Richard, Team Luna Jets.
Taylor Canfield, and this is US1.
After a thrilling regatta at the Chicago Match Cup, Taylor Canfield managed to defend his event title and creep closer to four-time ISAF world champion Ian Williams, who was sitting pretty at the top of the Alpari Tour leaderboard. Between them, Mathieu Richard, a seasoned match racer who's hungrier than ever to claim the World Championship title. With 4 events down, the strongest contenders have already made their mark on the 2014 Tour.
Here we go, Keith Swinton tacking onto port but not clearing the committee boat. Find a way back into this match, jibing again across the line of Richard.
Coming up, hey, you got to tag!
The penalty is complete and now Williams with the aggressive luff.
Windward bow!
Into the top mark, Williams out in front, shoots set and powering down to the bottom. The line presents itself, Williams is through, he's taken match race Germany.
Here's the luff from Bjorn Hansen. Here comes Bjorn. It's a big luff, but Swinton round the front. Now can he jibe across? Can he get the bow down? Did he do enough? Their bows are pointing at the finish. They are through the line. The horn sounds and applause erupt the whole of Amsterdam. It is for this man, Bjorn Hansen.
Diving his bow in to lure to Richard, looking to try and hook. Looking to force Richard to come up and tag. Boat's getting very close.
Come up, come up, come up! Oh,
and he's leading the charge down the run. The charge to the finish. There we can see the chute of Richard behind him. And there is the finish line. And there is Williams' bow. He is coming through. He will win the championship. Coming across very close. Swinging his transom round and small touch there.
Take your tight down.
Williams eking forward. Still the luff comes from Canfield. Simultaneous jibe.
Rotate, rotate, rotate. Panther! He's done nothing the whole time.
What a performance. What a final from both teams. Taylor Canfield and US1 Sailing have won the Chicago Match Cup.
All of the tour card holders except Francesco Bruni had hot-footed it straight from the Windy City to Holland to strengthen their chances of World Championship glory. Arriving jet-lagged and bleary-eyed, the organisers of the Dutch Match Cup knew exactly how to get the athletes' heads back in the game, give them a crew of VIP guests and a fleet of million-dollar barges to race in.
Oh yes, on the outside, we're already winning. Any ships coming? No. Good. 9:25. How far away are we? Come on. Give it Bjorn. Get out of it. Come on, boy. Get her in. Get her in. Come on. Lay it. Oh, yeah, great. Yeah. All right. That was good.
Adrenaline flowing, it was time for the teams to get back to match racing in the much smaller and more agile Max Fun 25 boats. The conditions for the first few days of qualifying didn't disappoint, and the racing was gripping. Taylor Canfield and Mathieu Richard, second and third on the leaderboard respectively, gave spectators a glimpse of how fiery match racing can be. Simon Shaw joins them in the pre-start.
Taylor Canfield leading Mathieu Richard over towards the wall, calling for room. Taylor Canfield getting the jibe in, but Mathieu Richard, I think, suggesting that Taylor Canfield could have gone the other way. And there's the blue flag, penalty on Taylor Canfield. A real dogfight of a pre-start. Mathieu Richard continuing to sail off on port, Taylor Canfield on his tail. There the jibe from Mathieu Richard. Green flag by the umpires. Canfield jibing back around. Mathieu Richard looking for the tack. Back in front to lead Taylor Canfield back towards the start line. Canfield sailing fast down the wall underneath the line of Richard. He's driving back to the start line. Richard is having to respond, having to build speed quite early for the start. Richard turning through attack, back onto port. Richard coming back over to the wall again, looking to try and complete his tack, but Canfield preventing him from coming through, head to wind. Canfield has Richard locked now over on this right-hand side. There a penalty on Mathieu Richard. Canfield bringing the bow down, threatening to prevent Richard from jibing, but he's through. Using the wall to escape, and both boats heading back towards the start line. Canfield underneath with luffing rights to the left. Mathieu Richard in the windward position. Both boats very close to the line. As the gun sounds, it is Mathieu Richard to the right-hand side, Taylor Canfield to the left. Taylor Canfield over the line, having to turn back down. See him re-rounding the pin. And it is Mathieu Richard that's dominated this pre-start, and it is he that leads up this first beat. So around the top it is Mathieu Richard attacking inside the line of Taylor Canfield. Both boats hoisting their spinnakers almost simultaneously down onto the first run. Richard first to set, Taylor Canfield sending his spinnaker in behind. Richard still has that outstanding penalty. Down towards the finish line, it is Mathieu Richard out in front. Still an outstanding penalty to do. We'll see him try and complete this around the pin. Down comes the spinnaker. Turning up and around through the tack. Can he get down and through the line before Taylor Canfield can? Here comes the bow of Taylor Canfield. US1, both boats down and through the line. Mathieu Richard first to get his bow through the line, but the umpires awarding him a second penalty turn. We can see the yellow flag there. So it is Taylor Canfield that takes the win.
Theirs wasn't the only penalty-filled match, as risks were taken and mistakes made in a bid to get those all-important wins. Join us after the break for more racing action and to see who made it through to the quarterfinals.
It's volatile out there. Conditions can change in an instant. You've got to stay in control, spot the opportunity, then make your move. It's all about execution. Search Alpari Race and get on board. Alpari, your global Forex broker.
Forex is high risk and not suitable for all investors. Losses may exceed deposits.
Welcome back to the 5th stage of the Alpari World Match Racing Tour, the Dutch Match Cup. The Netherlands literally translates as low country, and this event's host city of Lelystad is no exception. Built entirely on land reclaimed from the sea, the region has a close affinity to the water and a newfound place in the world of match racing.
Having the Alpari World Match Racing Tour gives Lelystad exposure all over the world. It proves Lelystad is a city of water sports, but also we can show the opportunities there here for people, for business to come over and use the space we have. Lelystad has a fascinating but real short history because, well, 100 years ago there was just plain water over here, the Southern Sea. Then we claimed the land from the water and we designed the city that we built on it. We designed the houses, we designed the architecture, we designed everything. And that's a man-made city, a city made by men. Since the 60s we live here and we have a lot of room and space for people really to go here and to have fun, to work and to live.
What's interesting here is we're actually standing 6 meters below sea level, which is makes it quite a unique venue, certainly a first for the World Tour. The racing here is very different to all of the other events on the tour, and that's one of the unique things about the Alpari World Match Racing Tour. The sailors have to adapt to different boats at different events. Here they're sailing smaller boats, they're just 25 feet long, they're very fast boats, and so the sailors have to be very agile in their manoeuvring very close to the shore.
Very fast, they pick up speed very fast. They are, for experienced sailors, good to handle, but for less experienced sailors, quite a challenge. It's inspiring already. We see young sailors checking out match racing. Give two boys a little ball and they start playing. That's the same in sailing. Give them both a boat and they will start racing, whatever their age is. So yes, they are inspired by these big famous sailors.
Here at the Batavia Haven, the boats are sailing within inches of the sea wall. It's exciting. We've had a few close misses already.
If close to shore, exhilarating match racing was what the people of Lelystad were promised, then qualifying certainly delivered. We join Ian Williams and his team GAC Pindar for a few lessons in risk-taking when they face Bjorn Hansen and Hansen Sailing Team.
Full speed, guys, into attack. Upwind tack, okay, racing
Ian
tack.
Williams against Bjorn Hansen. Heading back to the start, Williams in the lead position, Hansen keeping him under pressure. Still quite early for the line. Williams tacking through.
Tacking back, guys.
Williams looking for the tack back.
Help the turn. Build.
Williams tacks back again. Hansen tacks and ducks. Takes the left-hand side.
Main on now.
Final few seconds.
Coming up. Hey, there's nowhere
Williams
to go!
looks for the inside.
There's nowhere to go!
Hansen shuts and there's a massive impact.
That's rule 16!
White flag from Hansen.
There's nowhere to go! Backing.
We're going to see some umpires' decisions here.
Nowhere to go, guys! Nowhere! He came down and then we had nowhere! You guys! You've got to watch the race!
Double penalty, Williams.
Where was I supposed to go? No space at all, guys. Rule 16 applies there.
It was quite interesting pre-start, as always with Ian.
From our view, he opened the gap up and gave us space to go in and then slammed it shut.
Hey, there's nowhere to go! There's nowhere to go!
We had nowhere to go. The only option was to hit him and the committee boat.
Okay, you didn't see him come down? Because we came down to go below him, he came down, then we went up and then he went up.
I don't really agree with that because I thought that it was no room when he turned in there. And then we locked the gap even more. mean, it's like when you're going with the car between two other cars and it's no room. It's just not going to work.
Bjorn Hansen holds on to the lead to take the win against Williams.
After a hearing with the umpires, it was decided that Williams shouldn't have gone for the gap between Hansen and the committee boat, and half a point was deducted from his score for causing damage. The drama continued throughout qualifying with thrills, spills and stellar sailing conditions. By the last flight of qualifying, it was do or die for the two teams who'd come to blows earlier on, Williams and Hansen. They both needed to win their last match to make it through to the quarterfinals. Hansen lost his last race against Canfield. He was out of the Dutch Match Cup and running out of chances to capture the world title.
We lost 2 matches, 1-1, leaving us just outside the quarterfinals. Very disappointed, of course, but for us this is extremely important. Every event is important. I mean, we do this because we love match racing, but we will come back strong in Bermuda. We had a missed opportunity here to get some points on the scoreboard, so that was very bad for us, of course.
Still on form since his win in Chicago, Taylor Canfield stormed qualifying and earned himself a direct bye into the semi-finals. To decide who would be joining him there, the next 6 teams were to battle it out in the quarterfinals. Mathieu Richard had first pick of opponent, having scored the most wins after Canfield. For every team, an event win is top priority to boost their chances of winning the World Championship title. And for Richard, it's a crown that's well overdue.
Very hungry, yeah, sure. We finished twice second of the World Tour, one time third, so definitely the goal is to win this title. And I feel that this year we have really a strong team and we are very consistent in all the events so far. And we have a very good coach, Bertrand Passé, with us, a very good sponsor, Luna Jets, for following us. A lot of supporters in France, and more than ever we need points if we want to stay close to Ian Williams and his team. To have a chance to get the title at the end of the season, we need to have a good result here and in Bermuda and in the next event. So we know that we still have a chance, and we are fighting. We will never give up, and hopefully we will win the title at the end.
Richard took the first win against his fellow Frenchman, but Herriman had an answer in their second match, levelling the scores. The Young Guns' glory was short-lived though, as Richard went on to win the next 2 matches amid light wins, securing his place in the semi-finals. The next pairing saw Keith Swinton of Team Alpari FX race Team Gilmore, skippered by David Gilmore. Swinton started the morning with a confident smile, following a storm of controversy the previous day over a resailed match. Some fighting talk from his team after qualifying had ruffled some feathers, but the skipper seemed unfazed.
Controversies can maybe affect people's sailing at points, but going into the quarterfinals, it's basically a clean slate anyway. Teams try to, use banter and, niggles at the other team to maybe just, try and unsettle them at times. I think sometimes it'll work for them, sometimes it won't. It really just depends on the mood of the team that they're targeting. Now we've got a great matchup against our good friends from Team Gilmore.
This will be our first time in a knockout series where we'll be racing him and his team, who we've also done a lot of sailing with and against.
I've been sort of waiting for this matchup for a while. David and I are really good friends, and both from Perth, and I've coached him a little bit when he was younger, and now he's obviously sailing really well. And
so it'll be great to race those guys, and whoever wins, I'll be happy.
We joined the pair for their second match, Gilmore having drawn first blood.
David Gilmore against Keith Swinton. Gilmore coming into the match, 1 up to the lure of Swinton, holding him head to wind. Is Swinton doing enough?
10 seconds. Yeah. Build speed. On time here. Full speed here, guys. Full speed.
And there's the gun. Great start by Gilmore. David Gilmore leading off the start and leading round the first mark. Great set, great intensity from the crews. They set the spinnaker. Around the bottom, David Gilmore still out in front. Keith Swinton unable to find a way back into this match. Rounding the opposite gate. And David Gilmore rounding the final top mark. Sail set, crisp crew work. And down to the bottom, it is David Gilmore that comes through to take the second win.
Swinton's confidence ahead of racing may have been misplaced, as Gilmore followed up his second win with a third, taking 3 straight wins and knocking Swinton out of the competition. So who joined Canfield, Richard and Gilmore in the semi-finals? Find out after the break.
It's volatile out there. Conditions can change in an instant. You've got to stay in control, spot the opportunity, then make your move. It's all about execution. Search Alpari Race and get on board. Alpari, your global Forex broker.
Forex is high risk and not suitable for all investors. Losses may exceed deposits.
Quarterfinals day at the Dutch Match Cup, and the light winds only added to the tension as the last pairing went head-to-head for a place in the semi-finals. 4-time ISAF world champion Ian Williams and his GAC Pindar crew couldn't be more different from opponent Phil Robertson and his Walker Racing team. The core members of the Kiwi crew have grown up together and have spent an immense amount of time as a unit, both on and off the water. It's an enviable team dynamic, but what's it like from the inside?
We've made a lot of friends in sailing. 2 guys I sail with now, Garth Ellingham and James Williamson. Probably known both of them since they were about 10 years old.
We used to compete against each other as skippers, as rivals, and even up until we were about 18 we were doing that, and we got to a point where we were happy to sort of sail together and combine as like a team.
It's actually quite funny to see how people have changed over those years as well. Oh, dirt. Poor little Garth. He was an interesting kid. He had a very bad temper, so he'd always throw little tantrums.
I don't actually remember any tantrums per se, but...
First trip we went away, we actually wound him up enough that he ran off and started to throw everyone else's clothes in the water and then pursued to run away after that. So yeah, definitely some tempers, so he's a bit of an interesting case.
I don't know how to respond to that, but I guess everyone grows up.
But we never forget these things. This week in Walker Racing, of myself, Garth Ellingham on the main sheet and tactics, Nick Catley on the trim, and Jonas Hiver-Nielsen on the bow. It's a very interesting relationship. You've got the friendship side of it, and you've got the professional attitude side of it. Yeah, sometimes it gets a bit difficult, but look, at the end of the day, we're still all really good mates, and we can sit down and have a good laugh about it later on.
So you do so much travelling together and sailing together, you have to enjoy spending time with them because you do that by default with the team.
We pretty much live with each other for 7-8 months of the year as well, so yeah, we definitely try and have a bit of time apart, and as the years have gone on, we've been able to do that a bit more, so it's good. But then after a couple of weeks, you start missing them again. You're pretty much one big family.
They are all New Zealanders, and there's no drama really. It's all about keeping it real and have a good time and try to win races. From an inside point of view, they're like a little family.
Part of creating a team is having the right balance of people and personalities and other skills as well.
Everyone has different things going on in their lives, and it's actually good we spend more time apart from each other, so when we come back together it's actually more fun just catching up with everyone and seeing what everyone's been doing.
Adam, our bowman, has a baby now. He's just had a little boy, so it's very, very cool. And Nick's just got engaged, so there's marriage coming for him, and yeah, it just gets a lot harder, I think.
I mean, it's never been easy to have a relationship and be away so much, it always affects your personal life. The support of the people at home is what gets you through, and they know it's a passion and you love doing your job, so they put up with you being away all the time.
That's, I think, the challenge of the sport is trying to balance it all, and I guess that's life in general, trying to have the right balance of work, home and being happy, really.
Ready and raring to go, the Waka Racing boys hit the water eager to take the first win. They blazed through the first match with a considerable lead all the way to the finish.
Down to the finish line, Robertson closing out that match.
In this first to 3-point series, every win was essential. Williams had an answer in the next race, getting an early lead on the first upwind. Robertson made gains in the second upwind, but it wasn't enough. Williams took the win. At 2-1 to Robertson, it was still match point going into the fourth race. Simon Shaw has the action.
Coming up for the final minute, Williams leading Robertson back to the line. Williams needs this win to stay in this quarterfinal. Very light breeze across the course. Inside the final minute. Robertson is locked to the right-hand side of Williams. Robertson completing down onto port, Williams follows. Robertson looking for the tack back, he's going to be late. A great start for Williams. Gun sounds. Robertson nowhere to be seen. And there the lead, Williams way out in front. First top mark, Williams rounds. Slow sneak on Spinnaker. Williams just making sure that his Spinnaker doesn't blow into the side of Robertson as he sails past. Bottom mark, Robertson closing up nicely. But Williams still in front, still in control. Remember, Williams needs this win to stay in the quarterfinal. The top mark, Williams rounds again ahead. Robertson following. Spinnaker set, bringing the bow down towards the finish line. And light breeze. The jibe's being thrown in by both boats, but it's not going to be enough. Williams is going to hold on to this win. Spinnaker's set, heading down towards the finish line. Williams holds on to this win.
Robertson couldn't recover, and Williams levelled the scores. In a tense last race, Team GAC Pindar went on to take a third win and advanced into the semi-finals. A fiery Robertson was unhappy with the loss and defiantly exited the regatta.
It's huge going out early. You're here to get points on for the World Championships, and really disappointing for us. You know, we thought we sailed really well, and it is what it is, so we just got to take it on the chin and yeah, see what we can do from here.
Having advanced straight into the semi-finals after topping qualifying, Taylor Canfield was raring to go.
We were just out there on the pier watching the whole morning, so we know how everyone's sailing, we know what the conditions were like. We're standing up on the seawall, looking down at the race course, which is a big help, and I think we're ready to go. We're sitting in the shade a lot, kind of staying out of the sun, so staying hydrated, should be good.
So who did the formidable US1 team choose to sail against in the semi-finals?
Yeah, we've made our pick based on some of the previous events so far this year, and definitely David Gilmore is one of the more inexperienced on the tour, and to be honest, hasn't made it this far in one of the competitions yet. So I think we made the right choice.
Continuing his winning streak from the quarter-finals, Gilmore proved a formidable opponent and claimed the first match. But in their second race, despite leading around the majority of the course, he made the fatal error of not keeping himself between his opponent and the finish, and Canfield took the win. It was one apiece and tensions were running high.
David Gilmour up against Taylor Canfield, one apiece. Inside the final 30 seconds. And Canfield hounding Gilmour. Forcing him up and through the tack. Canfield follows. Split start. Canfield up to speed on the right-hand side. And it is Taylor Canfield leading around the first top mark in these very light conditions. Just making sure. Canfield smooth sailing around the top. Spinnaker going up. David Gilmour with the follow. Spinnaker going up on Gilmour. And the Spinnaker is blown right into the back of Taylor Canfield. Umpires discuss, and it's penalty Gilmour. Spinnaker touching the back of Canfield. Into the bottom mark. Taylor Canfield is extended hugely here, leaving David Gilmour for dead. Spinnaker coming down, right-hand side of the boat. And the Spinnaker halyard twisted there. Tangles are out. A big lead, and it's still Canfield out in front. Around the final top mark, Spinnaker up and set. David Gilmour has closed up. But Canfield still with a comfortable lead, going for the jibe set. And final jibe into the finish. Taylor Canfield out in front, reigning Alpari World Match Racing Tour champion, takes this match 2-1.
2 back-to-back wins, and Canfield seemed unstoppable. After another fiery match, the current ISAF world champion took a third vital win, rocketing him into the final. Stay tuned to find out who joined him.
It's volatile out there. Conditions can change in an instant. You've got to stay in control. Spot the opportunity. Then make your move. It's all about execution. Search Alpari Race and get on board. Alpari, your global Forex broker. Forex is high risk and not suitable for all investors. Losses may exceed deposits.
The semi-final stage of the Dutch Match Cup drew the crowds, and for good reason. 4 world-class match racing teams battled it out for a place in the finals, and the atmosphere was tense. Taylor Canfield dispatched of David Gilmour and booked his place in the final. Next up, Ian Williams faced Mathieu Richard. First and second on the leaderboard respectively, it was a clash of the titans. It was 2-1 to Williams ahead of their 4th race, and do or die for Richard.
Mathieu Richard up against Ian Williams. As the start gun sounds, it is Williams with the advantage coming into this match. 2-1 up, now with a strong lead. Tacking off to the left-hand side of the racecourse, right up by the wall. Very light winds. Crew's working on the very best kinetics. Richard with the tack. Williams first round the top mark, Spinnaker set. Settling onto angle, waiting for the breeze to fill the Spinnaker. You see Mathieu Richard with the jibe across, picking up a bit of extra pressure, finding a way back into this match. A big split on the racecourse. Great opportunity for Richard to come back. There's the separation. Richard with the jibe down towards the bottom gate. Can he find a way round Ian Williams? And he can. Mathieu Richard has come from behind on this first run and now leads this match around the bottom gate to the left hand of the 2 marks. Round the top, Richard still in front. Spinnaker up, Spinnaker set. Sailing off to the right-hand side towards the line of Williams. Richard having to alter up. And here comes Ian Williams on starboard, and Mathieu Richard has had to tack with the spinnaker up. Now, Williams not allowed to interfere with a boat on another leg. But if he holds his course, he is allowed to sail on starboard. What do the umpires make of this? And it's a blue flag, penalty Mathieu Richard. Now Richard's going to have to do that penalty at the bottom. Spinnaker down. Disaster striking again. Richard looks like his spinnaker has fallen into the water. Richard just having to complete the penalty turn, sailing around the pin. Will he be able to complete the penalty turn before Williams gets to the bottom? Here comes Williams. Richard bringing his bow down, sailed through the line. But Mathieu Richard has hit the mark, I can't believe it. The penalty is not complete. And Mathieu Richard has received a second penalty. Ian Williams with the final jibe, pointing down towards the line. Richard will now have to complete 2 penalty turns. Williams on lay. And after what was a fantastic comeback on that first run, Mathieu Richard's mistake at the bottom has cost him. And it is Ian Williams and GAC Pindar that will go on to close out this semi-final 3-1. And Mathieu Richard is out of the competition.
The Dutch Match Cup had its finalists, and it was a repeat of the Chicago Match Cup final a mere week earlier. Williams had a chance to settle the scores, and everyone was poised to see if he could manage it.
Ian Williams down towards the boat end, completing tack onto starboard. Here comes Taylor Canfield. Does Canfield have time and opportunity to complete that tack? And there's the start gun, but we're going to see the umpires involved. Blue flag, penalty on Ian Williams. Ian Williams not happy about that. But Williams has the lead, but there's the red flag, so Williams having to do that penalty straight away. Here comes Williams. Down and round and through the penalty turn. Momentum back to Canfield. And it is Canfield that leads around the first top mark. Spinnaker up and set. Williams not far behind. Down the run, luff from Canfield. Williams responds, bows up. Has Williams done enough? He brings the bow down. Across the line at Canfield. And a blue flag. So a second penalty to Williams in this match. Williams not happy with these calls at all. But he's now out to the left-hand side. Taylor continuing to luff, continuing to keep Williams under pressure. Canfield with a little bit of a dummy jibe there. Williams going through his jibe, but he's not across the front. Williams vulnerable for a second penalty here. Spinnaker coming down on GAC Pindar, but there's the second blue. His third penalty of the match, and he'll have to do that penalty immediately. Williams bringing his bow up. He's going to have to complete this penalty turn. Canfield sailing across the bow. Williams sweeping down into the jibe. Williams completes one of his 2 penalty turns. Canfield around the bottom mark. Williams following along. But it is Canfield out in front, into the top mark. Spinnaker going up for the final run. Williams now round onto his tail. Both teams giving it everything, but it's Canfield out in front.
penalty as well. So.
Williams is coming down with some pressure. Williams still has that outstanding penalty. And it is Taylor Canfield, US1 sailing. Drops his chute, he's through the line and takes this first match of the final.
He's just a little bit too aggressive. We were able to kind of get a better edge on him in the pre-start. We came into lured of him and hooked him, and he didn't do anything to keep clear, so he made a silly mistake there. And then, you know, on the downwind, we luffed him and he didn't keep clear. And, you know, and the rules saying once you have 2 penalties, you have to do everything you can to keep clear of the other boat and do your penalty right away. So after discussion with the umpires, it should have been a black. So, you know, we're just happy to be one up in the finals.
We just got to think about the next race and try and take those guys out of the game, because it doesn't look like they're going to go through us, and see if we can, you know, use our speed and better tactics to get around ahead of him.
So Canfield took the win in a first to 2 points final. It was a must-win situation for Williams.
Williams to the left, Canfield up on the right-hand side, tacking away towards the boat. Williams bringing the bow down towards the pin. Really smooth sailing from both teams. There's the gun.
Okay, good.
Williams with a beautiful start on this left-hand side. Taylor Canfield tacking back onto starboard at the boat end. But it is Williams that has dominated the left-hand side of the racecourse and now leads around the first top mark.
Coming up. Okay, and jibing here, guys. Jibing.
Small alteration for Canfield, but Williams bringing the bow down round through the jibe.
2, 1, and press. It's high mode, okay.
Go.
Spinnaker set.
I've got the main.
Canfield now around the top mark.
2,
Just hold us clean.
1, and press, big press. I don't know.
Williams down and around the bottom mark. Spinnaker dropped.
Wait. 2, 1, go.
Big shift to the left-hand side of the racecourse. We see both teams aiming to round that left-hand mark. And Taylor Canfield quite tight behind Williams as he rolls through the tack.
Right in this, Rod. Stay with me, okay? Let's look at his angle. We're really good right now. Careful, Mike. Stay with me. What are we going to? Put the flags back up.
Which one do you want? You go straight, Chris?
Stand by.
Williams into the top mark. Still ahead.
Boat, guys. Keep sailing this boat fast, please, all the way to the mark. I want to get to the mark first and then worry about it.
Roll the boat, Hayden.
Tack's on our line.
Damn it. So frustrating. You're like dense in the head or something.
Stay.
Canfield getting frustrated.
Okay,
Williams with the tack.
And press the sail all the way to the mark here, guys, please. Ease jib, please. Okay, got to get the bow up. Your main, okay, as well, Jerry. Okay, we're there. Go hoist. I didn't hear the call, sorry. They're away, yeah?
Down comes Williams' bow.
Seat on, Mike. Seat on.
Wait down, main in, please.
Hoisting in 3, 2, 1, go hoist.
Attack. Chris,
Canfield now around the mark.
Attack line
2,
on.
1,
I'm
and
not.
press. Here we go.
No.
Go, Mike, go.
I haven't caught the jibe.
2, 1, press. Now.
And Canfield sailing off to the left-hand side of the racecourse has made a bit of a gain, jibing back towards Williams.
Yeah, I know.
Williams electing not to cover down this run, and it has cost him dearly. Canfield coming in on the bow of Williams' line.
Stand by. Here we go. Jibing now.
Down and through a jibe. Canfield turning onto the bow of Williams, who jibes away. And Williams, having dominated this match the whole way round, as they approach the finish line, can see Taylor Canfield on US1 out in front. This has not gone to plan. Taylor Canfield down through the jibe, pointing at the finish line. They are through the line. It is Taylor Canfield and US1 Sailing that celebrate, and they have won the Dutch Match Cup.
Oh, it's unbelievable, you know, just a big come from behind victory in that last race and keep working hard all the way around the course. With this tricky race course, the race is never over, so there's no doubt that we were going to catch him and beat him. So puts us in a little bit more comfortable spot going into Bermuda. This is definitely a gain for us on the overall standings. We obviously feel really comfortable as a team right now. The guys are doing an incredible job at every event. New boats, you know, they hop right in and they adapt, and that's what it's all about.
Disappointing for GAC Pindar to lose the final. It was you know, pretty close, although 2-0 may not make it look like it. We had a good lead and it just went away on the last run. He ran it in pressure that we didn't have, and really, you know, we've talked about it, and there wasn't really a lot we could do. If we'd led the jibe, he would have rolled us. As it was, we carried on, got clear air, but he just had that better extra bit of pressure to pass us. So sometimes it goes that way. Hopefully the luck will turn before Malaysia.
Oh, it's an incredible event, Dutch Match Cup, first time. It's you know, look at all the people down here for the first one ever, and I think hopefully many more good years to come here in the Netherlands. And only having lost 3 races in the whole event, the guys worked really hard and stayed with it every race when we're behind. So that's all I can ask for.
And a big round of applause for US1 Canfield, winner to the Dutch Match Cup.
US1 inked their names into the Dutch Match Cup history books as the first ever event winners, while stirring fears that they may be on a winning streak. This event has tested all of the teams, and the results have impacted on the Alpari Tour standings. Taylor Canfield's 2 back-to-back wins move him into 2nd place on the overall tour leaderboard, while Mathieu Richard has dropped into 3rd place. But with 2 events left and 1.5 times the points in Malaysia, the competition for the Alpari World Match Racing Tour Championship hasn't shut its doors yet. It's on to Hamilton Harbour in Bermuda next for the Argo Group Gold Cup. And for many, it'll be a last chance saloon affair. Drama is guaranteed. You wouldn't want to miss it.
Canfield shutting the door on the committee boat. Francesco Bruni managing to sneak through. This is the match. This will decide the Gold Cup. A quick tack in front of the bow of Ben 18, who looked for the hook.
We were inside the zone the whole time.
Francesco Bruni through the lines, and he punches the air.
Yes, amazing achievement. Yes.